Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having a great day. As always, a free way to support the channel is by leaving a thumbs up or leaving a comment because it does help with the algorithm. And without further ado, let's jump into some ridiculous news because the cryptocurrency is never not boring. It's a crazy day. After a minor decline, Bitcoin's price started a fresh increase above $26,500 to $27,000. More importantly, Bitcoin broke $27,250. The price even spiked above $28,200 and is currently consolidating gains. Similarly, there were positive moves in many altcoins. Ethereum to the US dollar traded above $735, but it struggled again to clear the $745 US dollar resistance zone. XRP to the US dollar completed an upside correction near 25 cents and then declined to 19 cents. XRP's price is something for the books. First, even Bitcoin's price, I was looking at it last night. It was an actual like mountain shape. It was complete as well. It wasn't like, jagged. It was really odd to see it. Something weird is happening within the cryptocurrency market. We have news, of course, about new people trying to enter the cryptocurrency space. I think so many of the movements right now are really people trying to figure out ways to push the price down. However, they may be figuring out how to do it to simply accumulate more because the movements really don't make any kind of sense. We get no bearish news anymore. No one really betting against the market because all those people continue to get liquidated every single time. They keep thinking that Bitcoin's going to go back down to 12,000 or some obscene other levels, not really paying attention to all the adoption that we've been getting for the last 12 weeks at this point. So Bitcoin returned above $28,000. It says Bitcoin could extend rally above $28,500. I think that's where we're pretty much looking to go. Today's the 30th. Happy 30th, everyone. The year's almost over. What a terrible year. We are currently at the point where it looks like Bitcoin is just trying to hit another 1,000 every single day. There's nothing logically really keeping us from hitting $30,000 except for the fact that people will continue to say psychological level and all that other stuff. But how do I even phrase that? I think it's quite fascinating that we keep getting news that there's like a psychological level that needs to be broken when psychologically the institutions don't even care what price it really is. They're just trying to buy up as much as possible. So I find it fascinating that so many people are like, oh, I'm going to wait for a dip. And I'm like, okay, you keep waiting for that moment. And it says Bitcoin's price inches closer to 30,000 with the new all-time highs. It's going to happen. I don't know if it's going to happen today or if it's going to happen tomorrow. Or if in 7.5 days we start hearing some crazy news that we've hit $34,000, but it's going to happen because more and more Bitcoin gets taken off the market every single day. It is finite. Just need you to know that. Yeah, not really much other price news. There was like news, but nothing really price predicty where prices are going. I guess it's because they really don't make a lot of sense. When you look at the actual charts, it's just really all over the place. None of the coins actually make any sense at the moment. Yeah, and without further ado, let's move on. In a news story that made me angry and just a lot of annoyed, personal finance guru Dave Ramsey has given advice about Bitcoin to a man who made over $100,000 by investing just $1,500 in Bitcoin. Ramsey reportedly expressed his doubt that Bitcoin can be cashed out. Once again, Ramsey reportedly expressed his doubt that Bitcoin can be cashed out. Calling the cryptocurrency funny money, he recommended selling Bitcoin immediately. Famous radio show host and best-selling author Dave Ramsey gave advice about Bitcoin on his show aired on Wednesday. Daniel from Salt Lake City, Utah, called into the show to get Ramsey's advice as his income was about to drop when he goes back to school. Daniel mentioned that he invested about $1,500 in Bitcoin in 2014 and has made around $120,000 off of it so far. The self-proclaimed personal money management expert, Ramsey calls himself America's trusted voice on money. He's the author of books, yada yada, so and so, that's amazing. Daniel explained that since the Bitcoin investment was small, he just bought it and just left it, noting that he never did anything with it. He asked Ramsey for his views on the investment. He said, "Are you saying you can cash it out today for $100,000? For sure," he replied. Ramsey proceeded to educate the man. There's a process in finance called sunk cost analysis. If you don't cash it out today, in the morning, you would have invested $100,000 into Bitcoin. That should scare your brains out, he said. It's not 1,500, it's 100,000. Every day you leave it there, you are reinvesting it into it again. The raise. There's, of course, more. If you want to, here you go. You can look at that if that makes you happy. At what other time would any other investment host have told someone who's calling in, hey, I bought a house for $1,500 that's currently worth $120,000. What do you think I should do with it? Sell it. Sell it right now. You are sunk into that property and you need to get rid of it. Hey, Dave, I put $1,500 into gold in the 1970s and now I have $120,000. What should I do? You should sell that gold. I am tired. I am exhausted. I am frustrated. I am eager to get away from this stupidity of people. And it's normally, now forgive me, it's normally people of an older sort. This is why I said sorry, who keep saying the same exact thing over and over. Now, forgive me once again. I'm not sure if you're a robot. I'm not sure what the heck you are, but I keep seeing people in the comment section, once again, forgive me, who look a bit seasoned, who look around this age, same as David Ramsey, in my comment section, who keep writing to tell other people, Bitcoin's a scam. You should cash out. Bitcoin's not real. You should buy this. You should buy so-and-so. I bought Palladium. I keep seeing it every single day, and I usually breeze over it, but I think this was the final rock that broke the camel's back. The amount of people who used to say, oh gosh, and even still now, some of the people who post in the comment section, I get a lot of, don't you think Bitcoin's a tulip? And it makes me just want to tear the computer in half. There's no comparison. First of all, a tulip is a bulb for a flower. Yes, I know hundreds of years ago people were speculating on it. That's because people 300 years ago were stupid. There's no comparison to a worldwide immutable ledger that runs 24 hours a day, that has transacted over $1 trillion in value in 1 year alone, that's open for everyone on the entire planet to use. There's no comparison to a freaking flower. I'm tired of hearing it. I get really annoyed. You may notice my body's, I don't even know what language that's currently going on right now. To have the audacity to tell someone that they should sell their investment because he feels uncomfortable with it, because he believes it's funny money. You know how long I've been in crypto? You know how many times I've read comments, I've seen articles, we've gone over that in a couple of other videos of people who told other people to sell their Bitcoin when it hit $100. Bitcoin's at 100, it's going to crash. It's not going to go much higher. When it hit $500, when it hit $1,200, when Bitcoin hit $10,000, the amount of people who were talking about sell it now, it can never go any higher. When it hit 20,000, they all shut up, and that's when they all started to get into the market themselves. When we fell from 20,000 back to $3,000, that's it, Bitcoin's at. And I'm like, what makes you think the entire time that Bitcoin was falling in price, the entire year and a half, we had NASDAQ, New York Stock Exchange, Fidelity, BlackRock, the Guggenheim Fund, we had nothing but money behind the scenes talking about they were getting into Bitcoin. And I said, well, that's great. If I hadn't heard any of that news over the course of a year and a half, I would have gotten out of crypto as well. But every single week, there was some other major investment bank family fund firm that was like, yeah, we're looking to get into Bitcoin. We're just not sure how. And then we started hearing that news from Coinbase that they were doing extremely well. Remember in 2019 when Coinbase was like, yeah, we've sold around $350 million worth of Bitcoin over the counter during last quarter. And I'm like, who's buying that Bitcoin? Shout out to every single person who held in there. I've seen people saying, thank you for making me like stay in the market and stuff like that. This is what I'm here for, is to let you understand that Bitcoin is going to be absolutely major. And because other people don't understand the actual prospect of it, I don't know. I don't plan on ever convincing Dave Ramsey. It's not my goal in life to make sure that someone who's already rich can understand the prospect of Bitcoin. I'm not here for Warren Buffett. I'm not here for Munger. I'm not here for any of them. And I'm certain at this point they also have some type of an allocation into Bitcoin, whether it be directly or probably more so indirectly. And I don't even care if it's through futures. They're looking at the market very strongly because they know that there's money to be made. So to everyone out there who put $1,500 into the market years ago and now has $120,000, follow your own path. I hate hearing people tell other people to sell their cryptocurrencies because they do not understand it. Can you imagine if you had listened to all those people who told you not to get into crypto, how broke you would be right now? Doesn't that make you annoyed? Because the same exact crap is going to happen. And I know it's going to happen. When Bitcoin hits $100,000, Dave Ramsey, Peter Schiff, Boguja Bubada, and all these other people are going to go onto TV to tell people it's a bubble. Sell it right now. Shut up. Please just stop. And this happens all the time. You would not believe how often we get news about some person who was born in the 1950s or otherwise, somewhere around there, trying to tell other people that it's their time to sell Bitcoin. Get out of the market. You should be buying gold instead. Really? Well, that's crazy because every other major bank has already said that gold is probably going to suffer because people are getting into Bitcoin. Anyway, not going to spend too much time on it because my brain is telling me to stop. Like I'm opening doors in my mind. There's so much anger flowing out because I'm tired of the stupidity. I'm so tired of it. The same exact thing yesterday. People were like, dude, you're getting so emotional over XRP. No, I hate stupid people. I hate people who don't reassess information that they've been given to rechange their thought process. It drives me absolutely insane that there are still people who think the exact same way from 2011, 2014, 2015. I used to think that Bitcoin was the slowest, most terrible thing on the planet. However, over the course of the last 4 years, all the information that's been bombarded, hitting me every single day, has led me to understand that Bitcoin is positioning itself to be the world's reserve currency. And I don't know why so many other people don't get that. And it bothers me. If you do get that and you understood around the time that Bitcoin was $3,000 and I was like, hey, for those of you who were looking for that dip, this might be the time. I know I'm not going to even, it's fine. The point is, sure. Keep at it, Dave Ramsey, because if everything that's been told to me years ago by mega Bitcoin people in the space that was going to happen, like I said before, it's already happened. The last stop, remember that adoption curve? It goes like this, and then it falls back down to the stragglers at the very end. We are going to see people have their fortunes and their wealth wiped out because they have not invested in Bitcoin. And they didn't even get it at the actual time when it was meant for them to get it. And they're going to get it at the very end when they can barely afford any of it because they're going to keep that entire mantra for as long as they live. I'm not buying into Bitcoin because it's fake. I'm so excited when Bitcoin hits $500,000. I don't know if it's next year. Did you see the thing? I posted it on my Twitter. Another article. JP Morgan Chase says that by the end of 2022, Bitcoin is going to be around $650,000. If you follow me on Twitter, you definitely saw it because my brain leaked out of my ear and I had to push it back inside. I'm excited for when Bitcoin hits 100K, of course. But when we finally get to the point where we are larger and stronger than the US dollar and we still get people saying it's time to cash out of Bitcoin, I think I'm just going to laugh. I'm thinking about making a video where I just laugh maniacally for about a good 5 minutes or as long as my body is actually able to hold on. How ridiculous do you have to be to give such stupid advice to someone? Can you imagine this person hold on, stop it. 2014, Bitcoin was around 1, 2, 3. This guy has about five or six Bitcoin. This guy who called in, roughly around 5 or 6 Bitcoin. Can you imagine if in 2022, Bitcoin goes to $500,000 per coin and this guy has $2.5 million and Dave Ramsey told him to cash out at 100K? I would be furious. I would make sure to call Dave Ramsey and I would curse him out immediately. How dare you? How dare you tell this person? If this guy is broke, about to be on the street, has no other chance, he's like, yeah, me and my girlfriend about to move in with my parents because it's the last bit of money that we have. Dude, sell half. Get your life back together. How dare you? How freaking dare you? It drives me insane. And it happens all the time. And the same exact people, last thought. The same exact people who told everybody else and me and everybody else to sell their Bitcoin in 2012, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 2017 have all entered the cryptocurrency market. Ain't that a B? All of them. Told millions of people, scared them, do not enter the Bitcoin space. You will regret it. And now they're talking about that Bitcoin is going to go to 200,000 because that's what their analysts are showing. It makes me furious. It makes me absolutely furious because these are people who need to actually understand. The people who Dave Ramsey's talking to, these people need to understand what Bitcoin actually is. They're going to need it for their pensions. They're going to need it to be able to retire. If you are talking about that, listen, beginning of this year, if Bitcoin was at 3,000, imagine having told, and I know he can't do it for legal reasons and yada, 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 but imagine the joy and jubilance if people who listened to him had invested $3,000, bought an entire Bitcoin, and in 2.5, 3, even if it was 5 years from now, Bitcoin hits $500,000, and these people can go and buy a little house, a little studio, I don't care what it is, somewhere in Florida, somewhere in California, somewhere anywhere by the beach, and retire. That's the Dave Ramsey news. He's looked at me disapprovingly this entire time. Nonsense. Absolute. How dare you tell people that? Because he would never say that for any other asset. He would never say it. He would never, ever say it. He tells people to pay down their debt. Cool. That's great advice. How dare you? How fucking dare you? Next up, in news. That is here every single day news. Hong Kong headquartered multinational financial services company Green Pro Capital Corporation has announced that it plans to invest in Bitcoin. According to Green Pro Capital's press release, the ongoing here we go. They said, and I do quote, the ongoing mass adoption of Bitcoin by banks, hedge funds, insurance companies, and institutions, did you pay attention to all those words, have strengthened its belief that the world's flagship cryptocurrency is a reliable source of value. Wow, that's crazy. Are you listening, Dave Ramsey? The firm expects Bitcoin and certain other top crypto assets such as Ether to provide better returns than holding cash. Wow, surprise. That's why Green Pro Capital wants to invest in Bitcoin. It plans to do so in two ways. The first way is by using its own cash to buy Bitcoin. And the second way is by raising up to $100 million in debt to be able to even put even more money into Bitcoin. And it says they're trying to do the exact same thing that MicroStrategy did a couple days ago, where they issued debt and got $650 million into Bitcoin. Really crazy part is they've also made tons of money off of that as well. I assume that's already worth over $700 or $800 million. The point is, cool, another big company is going to be getting into the cryptocurrency space. I assume it's Wednesday. I give it by next Monday, or maybe even next Wednesday. We should have news that whatever they're trying to do has been approved by the SEC, because they always have to go through the SEC because it's a what? It's a security. The other part is, I assume we'll hear the final numbers by next Wednesday of how much money is put into it. If what's their face? MicroStrategy can raise $650 million in a week. I assume they can also do so within a week as well, because everyone's trying to get into the Bitcoin space and they may feel more comfortable with a NASDAQ listed company or Anyway, another $100 million within a week is going to have scooped up more Bitcoin. So just make sure you keep paying attention, because where was it? The banks, the hedge funds, and the insurance companies, they most certainly are. Next up, Bittrex has announced that it will be removing XRP, the fourth largest currency, a week after the U.S. SEC dropped charges, on Ripple Labs, with raising $1.3 billion by selling the coin in unregistered security sales. They said Bittrex customers, the XRP markets will be removed on Friday, the 15th of January at 4 p.m. PST. Here are the details right there. Then it talks about how XRP has dropped. The only two exchanges we have yet to hear from are What are they? It's Binance and one other one. I don't remember what it is. So Bittrex it says it's halting trading. And I'm going to tell you this one point right now and try to make sure to never repeat it again, because I get tired of having to reiterate things that not that everyone should know, but it's more like the point is, what's happening is that they're usually not delisting XRP, is they're simply halting trading against other trading pairs. So usually the news, especially if you read around, is that XRP will remain on the website, and people who pass by the 15th date or the 17th date or whatever the other websites have said, you'll still be able to take off your XRP and in some cases even still leave it there, what have you. But you will not be able to trade it. They're removing trading pairs, and they're simply just waiting for, here we go. The following markets will be removed: Bitcoin to XRP, Ether to XRP, USDT to XRP, and USD to XRP. Usually removing the trading pair so that you can't trade it. XRP remains on the platform and will do so for other countries around the world except for people within the United States. So, yeah, the removals aren't really removals. There's more like suspended, halting, frozen in space kind of thing. And also because everybody is going crazy over this news, the New York Southern District Court has set its first court date for the U.S. SEC case against Ripple. All parties are directed to appear for initial wow. I was like pretrial? It says pre-trial. I need to learn how to read. For an initial pre-trial conference with Judge Analisa Torres on the 22nd of February, and it's going to be done by telephone because, 19 and all that stuff. So, yeah, have the first court case. I kind of wish, in all actuality, that Ripple would really just bend the knee at this point. I think when all the dust, and there's going to be a lot of dust, has settled, we're going to hear about some crazy, expensive court battle case that they're going to have gone through. I don't think it's going to bode well for the coin, just in general. If the news keeps hitting the news, you know what I'm saying, people are going to be continuously reminded of that it happened. I think at this point, if they had simply announced, or if Ripple had been like, hey, whatever, what's the fee, we'll pay it, in 6 months' times, no one would care. Like, literally no one would care. How many other cryptocurrency products and chains and all these other things they've been sued by the SEC, and they simply were like, okay, tell us how much we have to pay. A lot of them. Anyway, so that's the court case news, and this one says, Litecoin flips XRP to take the 4th spot. XRP price continues to tumble amid delisting spree. Not true. XRP is actually back in the 4th spot. It keeps rising in price. XRP, I think, hit 19 cents and then went back up to 21 cents. And same exact time, Litecoin fell back down. At least before me making this video, this is what I saw in the actual charts. XRP has held on very strong. Stronger than I really expected during the delisting, during the whatever spree that's actually taking place. I really expected a 10-cent XRP, and I'm not disappointed, but I really wanted to buy some XRP at 10 cents. But it's holding up very strong despite all the news. I think it would be in Ripple's best interest to really just let it go and let the price fall a little bit more. And then in 6 months, everyone's talking about, hey, XRP is at $1.11, while Bitcoin's at like 80,000. But anyway, that's the XRP news, because there's a lot of it. And without further ado, moving on. Oh, wow, this is super shocking news. During a Christmas rally that has pushed Bitcoin, this is slightly news I missed, but it's whatever. All-time high, a pair of recent tweets indicate that a former critic of Bitcoin is continuing to take steps forward, or being toward a full-blown hodler conversion. What? Critic of the digital currency is continuing to take steps towards a full-blown hodler conversion. Who the heck wrote that? That's not English. Billionaire investor and owner of the Dallas Mavericks, Mark Cuban. The tweet came on the 23rd of December when Cuban announced that fans buying Mavericks gear would receive a 25% discount when they used Bitcoin to make their purchase. Okay, remember a couple months ago when I was like, there's a lot of websites adding Bitcoin as a payment option, and I was like, Why would they be doing that? Besides the fact that, the US dollar is meant to be king, what makes all these companies so interested right now in Bitcoin? It's because behind the scenes, they've also received the news that Bitcoin is going to go up in price. And what's the easiest way for them to be able to accumulate Bitcoin is by coercing you into selling your Bitcoin. You want that? You want that car? Yeah, if you pay in Bitcoin, you get a huge discount. You want those shoes? We also take Bitcoin. Why would these companies be doing that? They're not doing it for your benefit. They're companies. They want money, and even more so, they want your Bitcoin. Oddly enough, however, the report Cuban linked to instead said that purchasers who paid more than $150 worth of gear using Bitcoin would receive a $25 gift card and did not mention a 25% discount. That's funny. So if I spend $150 worth of Bitcoin and I give that to you, you give me US dollars back, which is devalued more and more every day. That sounds cool. He said, want to spend your Bitcoin somewhere? Spend it with the Mavs and get a 25% discount using Bitcoin. Assumption. I don't know if he owns any Bitcoin, but gosh darn it, he's definitely trying to. All these rich people keep doing the exact same thing. Critic. Don't like it. Bitcoin's terrible. Bitcoin's awful. Bitcoin's for women at nighttime who are standing on the edges of corners. We've heard it all. But it always comes down to the exact same thing. Exact same thing. All the time. Same thing. They all at some point go, well, Bitcoin's not that bad. Well, I've been looking into Bitcoin. Well, my friend has Bitcoin. Hey, we're now accepting Bitcoin. It's the same thing over and over. If we know that a wealth transfer is currently occurring because we see it quite rapidly happening before our faces, everybody wants to be a part of it. Why would you not want to be a part of or have or own fractions of the new world currency? Just logically makes sense to do so. Anyway, that's the Mark Cuban news. Don't know really what more to say on that because it keeps happening over and over. This is like number 47 or something like that. Funny how they all hate Bitcoin and tell you to sell your Bitcoin, and then they start accepting Bitcoin. Next up, crypto exchange Huobi has been granted a license to offer crypto services in Nevada via a subsidiary, clearing the path for a return to the U.S. market. Wow! Hong Kong-based cryptocurrency exchange group Huobi has been granted a license to offer digital currency services in Nevada via a subsidiary, clearing the path for a return to the U.S. market. Subsidiary Huobi Trust Company was awarded the license from the Nevada Financial Institutions Division of the Department of Business and Industry. Why the long titles? Allowing the firm to operate digital currency services across the U.S. within the bounds of the regulatory framework within the state. Wonderful. Cool. Huobi's back in America or trying to be in America or there's something about America and America to America. Wonderful. Everyone trying to do the exact same thing. It's money. You got to follow the money. I don't know what the Nevada laws are. Hey, wait, Nevada's the same exact place where we heard about that blockchain city. Wonder if that has anything to do with that. Anyway, cool. Wonderful. Another exchange is trying to spread their wings because they want more money. And let's move on. Next up, also in popular news for some reason, financial giant Goldman Sachs is set to lead the preparations for the IPO, that's an initial public offering, of Coinbase after confidentially filing its preliminary regulatory paperwork with the U.S. SEC Security. Coinbase has reportedly hired Goldman Sachs to handle the company's public listings, according to Reuters. Coinbase would be the first U.S.-based exchange to list on the stock market. Wonderful. So the news is that Goldman Sachs is helping them, and that is the news. Weird, right? Yeah, super popular. We know that Goldman Sachs is probably into the Bitcoin space. I don't think there's many other reasons why they would be helping Coinbase in this matter. But cool, wonderful, yay, can't wait for Coinbase to go public. You know what I'm excited for? I'm excited for Coinbase to go public, for their stock to rise, and then for the people who are holding Coinbase's stock to look over at Bitcoin's price and realize if they had invested that same amount of money into Bitcoin, they would have made even more money. So, cool. Coinbase, wonderful, awesome, go public, love it. Public and let's move on. And to finish things off, recently, Michael Saylor, CEO of the NASDAQ-listed business intelligence software company MicroStrategy, talked about Bitcoin with Charles Payne, the host of Fox Business Network, or FBN, a show called Make Money with Charles Payne. That is right to the point. This past summer, MicroStrategy became the first NASDAQ-listed company to buy Bitcoin, a lot of money. As Saylor said, decision, Bitcoin, microfactors, money, we believe that money. Since then, MicroStrategy has continued buying Bitcoin. Saylor's most recent update was on December 21st. He said, money, money, money. Here's a photo of money. There's some more money. Saylor's interview with Payne was last Tuesday at a time when Bitcoin was around $23,000. How Payne started the interview by why MicroStrategy CEO was such a big believer in Bitcoin. He said, there's two things I want to say to the world. First of all, Bitcoin itself is an institutional-grade safe haven asset, and it's engineered to be superior to gold in all respects that make the ideal store of value solution to every individual, institution, corporation on Earth. The second thing is Bitcoin is the world's first digital monetary network. It's like Facebook or Google for money. Okay, that's weird. It's the first network in history of the world where you can collect and channel and store all the money on the world for 100 years and not lose any of it. That makes it 100 times bigger than tech. Everybody needs to plug into it. Every individual, every corporation, every government's got a problem with how they deal with the collapsing currency. And what's their store value? Bitcoin's the solution. Now, listen, when you say stuff like that out loud in public, people's ears start to ring, and that's where you get the really big money getting into the market. By the end of the interview, the Fox Business host was so convinced by Saylor's investment case for Bitcoin that he said he was going to immediately open a Coinbase account. Wonderful. Glad you got there. Hope you made money. If you bought in at $23,000, you definitely made some money, but I hope you got there. So the point is, another one bites the dust. No, wait, another one buys the coin. I think that one works. Yeah, cool. It's really funny because that didn't really convince me everything he said. But I mean, if it works on that guy, then please by all means go for it. I still wonder why people don't have Bitcoin, or why people haven't invested in it, or why people haven't so and so. A good friend of mine, hello friend, recently told me that he convinced his family. They have family chats and family calls. I thought it was genius. And he basically laid it out to them. Get Bitcoin right now. And this is not now. This is way before. And they've all been pretty happy with the gains that they've been making. I wish I could have a family conference, first of all, with my family. And also be able to convince all of them to buy Bitcoin. I tried many years ago, and my family laughed at me. But there's a reason why we don't have family talks about Bitcoin. Anyway, good job, my friend. Keep up the good work, because his family's gonna be pretty happy if Bitcoin ends up going to 500,000. Anyway, that's the MicroStrategy Fox News buying Bitcoin. I don't even know anymore. And without further ado, let's moving on. As always, a very special thank you to my Patreon supporters. Professor Wally from Gunbot University, Crypto Stahl, George Montoya, Wise Link Not T. Why am I screaming that? George Montoya, Wise Link Not TMI, Conan Don't Skip Leg Day, Snacky Chan. I love how that can be said multiple ways. Snacky Chan, Tolek Banan, Auspicious Agile and Blockchain, Navarro Williams, David James, Attila the Han, Yasha Harari, Oscar Maldonado, Utopia 569, Moonman High, Zerp, Joshua Vineyard, Martin Steuer, Nostromo, John Sarson, the Animarita, Bibliophobia, Todd Mullis, Adam Grasick, Moher Maroni, Master Ventures in Thailand, Jared Schneider, Wise Night Owl, 242 to the world, Bankroll Network, Crypto Artist, Cole D, 3D, Damien, Setsuna, Richie Richard III, Vlad the Impaler, Paxis, Nick Mangialavore, Anthony Charles, Jim Garner, Jeremy Fox, Minting Coins, Miller Hitch Test Every Day, and Cal Skips Leg Day. Yes to Crypto, Bodie McBoatface, Anytime Fitness, Monk's Corner Staff, Arfmedic17, Bake Me a Cake, Tigger Machonisa, On Crypto with Lionel, Crayola Michelle, URL, and Bolero Bastos. Thank you all very, very much for your support. Thank you to everyone who is a member of the channel who clicked the little join button below. Thank you to everyone who is a clicker of affiliate links. Thank you to all the new Patreon members, and thank you to the algorithm people. I see you all the time. I can't respond to all of you, but I really love that people are just writing algo. I think it's absolutely hilarious. At the moment, Bitcoin is currently at 27,853 US dollars. Here's 28,400 or other, somewhere around there. Okay, here's if we could see this timeline, the prices were like a mountain. It's absolutely insane. Ethereum's currently at 725. That's Tether. XRP's at 20 cents. Currently up and down by 3.77%. I wish it would just drop so I can buy and I don't have to keep looking at the market. It's so frustrating. Like, just please just go down so I can buy you. Polkadot is up by 12%. We all love that Polkadot. You know, she's always polka dotting. Cardano's down by 4%. Binance Coin down by 3%. Anything crazy or spectacular? Celsius is up by 15%. $26 million volume. So you know that's real. You know that's a genuine pump. Cosmos is up by 6%. Zilliqa's down by almost 9%. It's Zilliqa. Compound is up by 10%. Sure, why the fudge not? Anything else? Anything else crazy? Kusama's up by 8%. No, that's about it. Anyway, I do hope you all enjoyed. I do hope that you all are having a great day, a great morning, a great afternoon, a great evening, wherever you are, wherever the heck you might be. I do hope that it is absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching and listening, and I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.